Welcome back. So, for a long time, New Zealand has appealed to people around the world as a possible refuge from disasters overtaking the rest of the planet. The thinking goes that New Zealand is isolated, lightly populated, and self sufficient in key resources, so if the rest of the world goes up in a nuclear conflagration or mass societal collapse, they would be the survivors. Disgraced NBC News host Matt Lauer had bought a home in New Zealand, so has billionaire Peter Thiel. In fact, he recently just got prevented from building a $13 million doomsday bunker there. Dozens of others are secretly buying up compounds, bunkers, or simply secluded homes in New Zealand. But for the past 2 years, we have seen that New Zealand is no safe haven. Certainly not from tyranny. In 2017, a socialist government took over the country. For the last 2 years, New Zealand has had some of the strictest lockdown policies of any country on the planet. People were basically banned from going in or out of New Zealand. You still needed a mask to go outside until just 2 weeks ago. Well, Antoinette James is a Pakeha, that is, a New Zealander of British descent. She's the author who wrote the very first homeschooling book for New Zealand parents based on her expertise homeschooling her own 5 children. Antoinette is also a freedom fighter and an executive member of the Wakamanenga Maori government in New Zealand. The Maori, you may know, are New Zealand's native Polynesian population. The Wakamanenga government claims authority under Maori's 1835 Declaration of Independence, also called the Wakapatenga. Antoinette James is coming on this program with a double-barreled message. First, she's here to bring an SOS call. She fears the Wakamanenga Maori government is on the brink of being hijacked. But second, she's here with a call to freedom. Antoinette hopes, like we do, to establish a true people's court to hold fake scientists and killer doctors and tyrannical government officials accountable for what they've done. We like that message, and Antoinette James joins us now. Antoinette, thank you for being here. I hope I got those names right.
It was pretty good. Look, I tell you, we're all learning, and thank you very much for having me on, Stu.
Yeah. So first of all, you wrote New Zealand's homeschooling protocol.
Well, yes, way back in the day, there was nothing homegrown here, so I wrote Home Educating in New Zealand in 2004, and I've kind of updated that. It's over here, 101 Reasons to Home Educate in the 21st Century. That was published in 2018, sort of an international book, so it's not timeless. I mean, it is timeless. It's not time sensitive. Really just why we should be having our babies out of the corporation jurisdiction, the Prussian-style brainwashing environment that we call school, and have them back into the safety of the home.
So you fear that the government in New Zealand is on the brink of being hijacked. What exactly do you mean by that, and why does that concern you? I mean, obviously, this is a tyrannical government under Comrade Jacinda Ardern. Why wouldn't we want that hijacked?
Oh, no. Yeah, no, we want that gone. What many New Zealanders, even many Maori, don't understand is that the original de jure government or governing system under He Wakaputanga, that 28th of October 1835 declaration that was not giving our nation independence and sovereignty, but declaring it. William IV of Britain and Hanover, he said this will keep the snakes out. And we all know what that means. His father was George III, and we know what his hold on America was at that time as well. So William IV was a benevolent king, and he shouldn't have been king. It was actually his brother that was king briefly. But he gave New Zealand the way out by acknowledging legally what we already were lawfully, which is a sovereign and independent nation. So this is called the He Wakaputanga Declaration. And in real time, it went out to over 50 countries in the world, including the US, declaring that we were sovereign and independent. Well, it only took a short 5 years. The snakes did get in. And we had then what's known as the Treaty of Waitangi. And that really was the first hijacking of He Wakaputanga. So we want to get this corporation government out of here. It's a private corporation. It has no jurisdiction. That's why Comrade Ardern talks about ruling by the people's consent. But we now know that we're saying actually we don't consent. and they're still coming down with the draconian laws. So it's Hewakaputanga that is being hijacked. It's been hijacked. Its first big hijack was in 1840, and it's just gone up through the last 180 odd years. We had a national government try to do a flag referendum. This was a people's referendum. So therefore, if the people of New Zealand, had voted for a different flag, Hewakaputanga would have been blown out of the water. Back in 2015, 2016, very few people knew of Hewakaputanga Declaration because it had been shoved down the memory gurgler. It was just a remnant that was holding on to that. When my husband and I, we were in Britain during the Brexit thing, so we understood exactly what it was like for a country to demand and desire its sovereignty and independence back. We were British citizens, well, are British citizens as well. So we voted Brexit. When we got back to New Zealand in 2019, under the Ardern government, and remember, she's never been voted in by we the people. It was a one-man coup in 2017 and a totally rigged election in 2020. I stood for a brand new small party that had enormous database. We should have got seats in the House here. We didn't. We had the same Dominion system as you in the US under a different name. Bill Gates was all over it. So a completely robbed election. So we've got a socialist government that's never been voted in. And they are since then been trying to hijack Hewakaputanga as well. I've been a freedom fighter, as you've said. I've been to the protests. I've had the police grab me by the throat illegally, but you know they're a law unto themselves now. And it kind of dawned on me over the last 4 years that we've been back in New Zealand that if we play in the corporation sandpit, we play their game and we play their rules. We can't win. It was the evil John Locke that said, we will run this world like a casino and the house will always win. But here in New Zealand, we've been provided, and I believe by God, in 1835, that jurisdiction, the first jurisdiction, the true de jure jurisdiction of our nation. And during that time, this is the flag here, the rangatira, the chiefs, the Māori people were Christians, and they chose what is a Christian flag, has those stars up there in the top quadrant there, 8-point stars because of the 8 original Waka boats that